All right, mates, I'm glad you're here. We've got some cracking good findings to share. So, grab yourself a bevy and let's go. At the height of his popularity, Charlie Chaplin entered Just for Laughs, a Charlie Chaplin look-alike contest in San Francisco. But get this, he came in 20th place. True story. While Pope Gregory IX was in power, he declared that cats were associated with devil worship and had them exterminated across Europe. It's believed that this act is what helped rats proliferate and spread the bubonic plague. In 1923, jockey Frank Hayes won a race at Belmont Park in New York despite being dead. You heard me right. He suffered a heart attack mid-race, but his body stayed in the saddle until the horse crossed the finish line for a victory. It's hard to imagine today, but before buffalo wings were invented by Buffalo, New York Anchor Bar owner Teresa Bellissimo, chicken wings were usually tossed out with the rest of the chicken's gristle and bones. Such a shameful waste. What's the difference between these two, really? Well, hold your knickers and I'll tell you. Extra virgin olive oil is made from pure olives that have been ground into a paste and squeezed. The rejected oil that isn't as fine is repurposed as virgin olive oil. Want a simple mnemonic? Use olive oil for cooking and extra virgin for everything else, like salads, marinades, and bread dippers. Seven of the 10 deadliest wars in history have been in Asia's largest country, China. The Taiping Rebellion of the mid-1800s alone had considerably more deaths than World War I.
Have you ever wondered why a chef's hat has so many folds in it? The folds symbolize all of how the chef can prepare or cook an egg. Just ask any chef. Quinoa is a complete protein. What does that mean? It contains all 9 essential amino acids that your body needs, making it a go-to for vegetarians and anyone desiring better health. The country of Germany has so many castles, 25,000 in fact, that if you visited one a day, it would take you over 68 years to see them all. The well-known Native American princess Pocahontas is buried in the UK. Upon her return home in 1617, she suddenly became very ill on board a ship. She was turned back to shore in Gravesend, Kent, where she died and was buried in the town's churchyard. Following the Challenger space shuttle explosion in 1986, teams spent 9 weeks searching a wide area for bits of wreckage. In the process, they came across a floating duffel bag filled with 55 pounds of cocaine, likely lost from another ship that came and went. The CDC classifies mosquitoes as the world's deadliest animal because of the many diseases they transmit. If you're in Iceland, however, have no fear. Low temperatures and lack of shallow water bodies have resulted in a mosquito-free land.
You'll never get lost with a cabbie in London. It's true. If you take a taxicab there, you can expect the driver to know exactly where they are going. They have to pass a test called the Knowledge, requiring them to memorize 320 routes, 25,000 streets, and over 20,000 landmarks. Cranberries, when ripe, will bounce like little rubber balls. In fact, cranberries are commonly referred to as bounce berries. It's a common ripeness test for farmers and consumers alike. The world's oldest dog lived to be 29.5 years old. A now famous Australian cattle dog named Bluey lived to be 29.5 years old, when the average age for dogs is from 10 to 15 years. The human body of a healthy and normal size and weight, even still, consists of so much fat that it can make up to 7 bars of soap. We have body fat to help us regulate body temperature, produce hormones, stay fed during times of fasting or famine, among other vitals. Before being domesticated, chickens only produced about a dozen, around 12 or so, eggs a year. Now they can produce hundreds. The most prolific egg-laying chicken was in the United States in 1979, laying 371 eggs. Blood banks in Sweden send out text notifications to donors when their blood is being used. Donors have said this makes them feel great, and it also greatly encourages them to go back to donate again. Those were brilliant, don't you agree? We love the work it takes to get these sorted for you. Do us a favour and like this video and share it with a friend. Cheers.